straight into yesterday's action, and we are going to do so by way of checking in with Andrew Balding, who won the Group 1 Dewhurst Stakes for the second time in 4 years yesterday, this time with the Grey Gawan. And what an eye-catching horse he is, what an eye-catching performance it was. Andrew, good morning.
Morning, Nick.
Great to have you with us. I know you're busy at the sales today, so appreciate the time. I don't think I've seen you smiling as broadly as I saw you yesterday in the winners' enclosure. It obviously was something that meant an awful lot to you. Tell me why.
Well, he's just a terrific horse, and obviously Billy Jackson Stops had bought him from the Breeze Ups, and he'd come into us, and then, really from early on he looked very nice, and when he won the Aiken we had very high hopes, obviously, and he for whatever reason, probably ground related, but really disappointed with Doncaster. It's just a real relief to see him back being the horse we hoped he would be.
I've watched the race over and over again, and every time I watch it, the more impressive he becomes. Really, he looks very straightforward. Is he?
Oh, very much so. Yeah, no, he's absolute dream to have in the yard, and really straightforward and very, very talented. I mean, he's there was no fluke yesterday.
And there were just a few fairly fancy quotes about him for the Guineas afterwards. They got snapped up fairly quickly. And I thought, well, the good news is we know exactly what you're going to do with him, we think. I'm guessing that'll be his next run, will it?
I would have thought so, but I mean, obviously, we could get into the spring, and if we feel he needs a race before the Guineas, obviously that's an option as well. But it looks that was always the aim. If the ground is decent, he'll be headed to Newmarket in May.
Well, this was, as I say, a fantastic performance. You mentioned the sale of this horse, and he made 80 grand at the Breeze Ups to Billy Jackson Stops on your behalf. He'd actually made 100 grand as a yearling. I couldn't help feeling for the Longways team who consigned him as a breezer that they've got absolutely everything right. They've identified the right horse. They've identified a champion, but for whatever reason, they couldn't make their money.
Yeah, well, I wasn't involved in the purchase, and I think there was probably a veterinary issue. I'm not sure what it was, but obviously that's fully resolved now, and I agree with you. It's hard luck on them, but he was well bought by Billy.
And I think Flora of Bermuda came through that channel as well, didn't she?
Did she? I don't really get involved with the Breeze Up sale, so I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, she's been pretty good to us as well, so if that's the case, we better see what they got next year.
So, Andrew, obviously you've been here and done this before with Chaldean. How would you compare the two horses in terms of where they are at this stage, in terms of their physique and their development and their pure quality?
Very similar in every way, and temperament, and to train good workhorses, very straightforward. And they've followed a very similar path so far. Obviously, Gawan's running exactly the same races that Chaldean did. So, yeah, very similar. And if we can get it right at Newmarket in May, that would make us all very happy.
Andrew, I said a few moments ago that it could be just the beginning of a golden spell for you. Champions Day looks potentially really, really quite exciting. Is Never So Brave all on track for the QE2?
He is. He did his last sort of major piece of work on Thursday and was great. And he's in a really good place. So looking forward to that.
And obviously he's won Group 1 at 7 furlongs, and he's won a Group 2 at a round mile at Ascot. How about the straight mile in Group 1 company for him? Do you think that's optimal for him?
Yeah, look, it's a question mark. We're trying something different, and I agree it would be a concern, and he needs to be able to relax and settle. But a lot of these races going forward are going to be run on a straight mile, so we've got to learn whether it suits him or not.
And Almeric, is he likely to run in the Champion Stakes?
He is. That's the plan, and he's been great since his win at Ayr, and looking forward to him going there.
And obviously, what we've seen so far this season is him winning really well, just a couple of times far apart, latterly in very soft ground. Is soft ground key to him, or does it not matter?
Well, I don't know, because he hasn't ever run on anything other than soft ground, so we don't really know. He obviously handles it very well, so I wouldn't want to, wouldn't mind if there was rain between now and Saturday, to be honest. But no, he's got to try it at some stage, and it's not going to be fast ground. It will probably be, good autumn ground, I would have thought.
And who else is on the squad for next weekend?
So we have Flora Bermuda, hopefully in the sprint. There's a chance that Kalpana might run in the fillies and mares, depending on how she is this week. And we've got Fox Legacy, obviously in the Champions Stakes as well. And I think there's every chance that Marble Man will be supplemented for the QE2.
And Fox Legacy was very impressive at Goodwood. How's he been training?
Yeah, very good. We decided to give him a break in, sort of to keep him fresh for this race after Goodwood. We decided that, and it's sort of going from a conditions race and handicaps into a Group 1 might seem a bit mad, but if it doesn't come off, he can start next year with no penalties and then work his way up through, hopefully through the grades then. And as you know, sometimes this race can cut up. That's why we sort of felt that if we saved him for that, he'd have a chance of picking up something. But he's a very talented horse, and as I said, jumping in at the deep end a little bit, but we'd hope he'd run well.
Andrew, just one final thing, and it's not going to have escaped your notice. 7,416,057 plays 6,783,697. If you had an amazing day next Saturday, is it still on?
It would have to be an amazing day, and if John Gosden lent me a couple of horses, I might be all right. But I think he could be leapfrogging us all. So,
is it something you've given a lot of thought to or not?
Not really. Look, to be honest with you, it'd be lovely if it ever happened. But it's as long as we're sort of towards the top, it's satisfying enough. Obviously because we've had a lovely, wonderful season and had some great moments, and that would be the icing on the cake. But it's not the reason we're getting up in the morning. It's we're excited about we've got the horse going to Melbourne and some for the Breeders' Cup, and to be honest, that's more of a that's going to be more of a focal point than a trainer's title.
For sure. How's Further? Is he okay? Your Melbourne Cup horse?
Yeah, he's great. He's due to fly out tomorrow. He's done his quarantine in Newmarket. Yeah, all's gone well so far.
And who do you think will end up at Del Mar from your lot?
We're hoping See the Fire will go for the fillies and mares. Jonquil for the mile, hopefully, and Humidity for the juvenile turf. And
from stall 12 last weekend, Jonquil ran a blinder, I thought. Did he come out of that okay?
Yeah, he really did. Yeah, it didn't help, but he finished best of them all, and he's come back and he's taken it all in his stride and travelled very well. So he's going to be well suited by travelling in the future, I think.
I hope I haven't cost you the chance to look at a few more yearlings. Andrew, thanks so much. So much to look forward to.
Thanks, Nick.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.